Hi guys, it's Debbie, and today I'd like to speak about Three Idiots, a comedy drama film directed by Rajkumar Hirani. I recently discovered that this is one of the most popular films in India, and it also stars the country's most loved actor, Aamir Khan. So after watching the record-smashing Dangal, in which he also starred, I decided to give this a try and see how it is, as also many of you recommended it. So if you have any other good Indian films you could recommend, please leave them in the comments down below. Three Idiots covers a story which spans across many years and follows the life of a group of friends, Ranchoddas, Farhan and Raju. As a matter of fact, the film introduces these characters in present time and narrates the story with flashbacks to their time at university, where they all met while studying engineering. Shamman Joshi and Ranganathan Madhavan portray Raju and Farhan, two students which, like many others, were pressured into choosing the faculty of engineering and excelling at it, as it was considered by their relatives the best life choice, with the highest chances of getting a good job and securing financial stability. They unwillingly attend university, where they meet and befriend Ranchoddas, portrayed by Aamir Khan. Rancho is an excellent student, but at the same time he disagrees completely with the educational system, which urges students to learn manuals off by heart, ranking them as numbers rather than people, and pressuring them into giving up all their passions in order to obtain a degree and a good job. So the film follows the comedic life and adventures of Raju, Farhan and Rancho during their time at college, their fight against the system, the friends and enemies they make. As a matter of fact, the comedy in this film appears nearly as theatrical, with absurd situations, chases, amusing lines, with a sort of humorous guards and prisoners effect. But Three Idiots also expands its themes by introducing a feature which often recurs with Bollywood films, and that is the combination of a wide variety of themes and topics. So this film also has some very dark moments in which the story portrays the limits these students are pushed to because of the pressure of succeeding, the weight of responsibilities, and living up to everybody's expectations. It then skips to a more romantic perspective with the introduction of a Pia, portrayed by Kareena Kapoor. In these moments, the film tends to introduce the classic elements of a musical, with the scenery unfolding behind the singing characters, the changing in lighting and mood, and so on. The songs are very catchy. I still have Dooby Dooby stuck in my head days after I watched this film. So in general, Three Idiots unexpectedly surprised me because it is completely different from the kind of film I usually enjoy watching. It's not a perfect film or even a particularly good film, but it is incredibly fun and engaging, and I found it was a remarkable satire of many stereotypes. For example, in many scenes, the characters prove how they are split into categories: male engineers, female doctors, demanding parents, evil teachers, and so on. Rancho was definitely my favourite character. I won't say too much about him to not spoil anything about the story, but in general I loved his enthusiasm and passion for life, his willingness to help others and to do something good in an oppressive and challenging environment. Altogether, the film makes fun of society's standards, of greed and the need to show off wealth, of putting material goals before personal accomplishments. I also loved Pia. She was the ultimate wholesome woman, and although it doesn't appear so clear at first, she turns out to be Rancho's female counterpart, as she also works hard and is stuck in some pretty sticky situations, but at the same time she heavily criticizes society's exhausting demands and its ridiculous standards. I found Kareena Kapoor's acting quite impressive, in particular in one scene towards the end in which she completely loses control of her emotions and spill out all her feelings, but in general I think the star of the film was Aamir Khan, which channeled all of Rancho's energy and passion. I still can't process the fact that he was well over 40 when this movie was filmed. As I was saying before, this film is not perfect. It is way too long at 3 hours and 30 minutes. In some scenes it includes comedic sound effects, which in my opinion lower the quality and professionalism of the whole concept. Some moments were dragged out a little too long, but in general I found it entertaining. It is completely self-aware. It obviously makes fun of stereotypes and praises the value of friendship. Let me know what you thought about Three Idiots with a comment here below. If you have any other recommendation, let me know here or on my other social media, links in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure to subscribe for more movie related content. See you soon in a new video. Bye!